Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Darksage Walker, and today we're going to be doing a challenge that you aren't going to find on the C99 Discord server. And we're going to be doing it to the original soundtrack. This one actually came through on my Discord. So we're going to give this a try. This one is essentially all about kineticism. Is that even a real word? Did I just make some shit up? Anyway, the whole idea is that we've got a setup that's based around basically never stopping moving, like always having your cooldowns minimized and always being on the move. Now, I don't think it's going to be possible to necessarily like never stop moving. But we're going to do our best, and it looks like... There we go. And this is what it looks like. So we've got the tempo robe for cooldowns and belching, for cooldowns and movement speed. We are starting with the spice rack, and then we've got four different arcana of different elements. And the idea is that they should all be kind of feeding into each other to make sure that our cooldowns are at minimum. So that is kind of what we're working with. The only real major restriction, well, there are two major restrictions to this one. One, I should only take relics that are about movement or reducing cooldowns, so speed increasing or cooldown reducing relics. Then the arcana that I take should be mostly ones that have a 4-second or less cooldown, and it's kind of hard to know which ones those are just off the top of my head. So we're just gonna play it by ear. One thing that was recommended is that I take the Chaotic Pendulum. I'm gonna forego that for the retro floor plan because, well, frankly, you already know why. You know how I feel about the retro floor plan. It's also strangely been a little while since I've taken the retro floor plan. A lot of the challenges I've been doing lately have been making it so that I can't take this, so this will almost feel like a return to form for me. Alright, does anything here have a particularly short cooldown? I don't think it does, so we are going to forego that for now. Funny thing is, Starbolt doesn't exactly have the shortest cooldown either, though that's mostly because it comes in 3 parts. And when I say that, I mean it's 3 activations. You can use it 3 times, is what I'm trying to get at. But Wind Flurry definitely counts. That is one of the fastest cooldowns in the game. I mean, that increases speed. And you could make a case for the dated sunglasses because it gives you more time to react. I don't know, but that definitely counts. So we've got ourselves just the maximum kinetics. I believe the name given was maximum tempo for this challenge. And of course, right now it's looking pretty simple, but who knows what it'll look like later on. So I am going to hope that things work out nicely for this challenge. There are a couple of things that I'm definitely looking for. I would of course say that Fractal Flare is definitely amongst them, as that's definitely one of the faster cooldowns I can think of. But Flame Cleaver would also be a very good choice. Ow. But the big through line for this one is that it's going to once again come down heavily to things like positioning and careful management of what I have to work with. Also, if I find it, one little cheat that I am going to take is the soccer cleat, because that might not necessarily increase your speed or your... Sorry, it might not necessarily increase your speed or reduce your cooldowns, but it does affect movement-based stuff, so... There's that. I'm probably also going to make exceptions for movement-based spells, none of which these are, so... Just give you an idea of what I'm looking for. Okay, we've got an entire firing squad here that I can't fucking get attacks in because they're constantly firing at me. Did you die already? Thank you. Seriously, stop making my job difficult. Let's see, that doesn't reduce cooldowns or increase speed. Alright, nothing else there is something that I can really take. You could make an argument that the... Okay, the other problem I'm having with this is that there's very little crowd control with this. Like, maybe I should have... Like, maybe I should have not taken the retro floor plan for this, because the crowd control here is absolutely abysmal. Like, Starbolt is just an awful... Like, let's be fair, Starbolt is not a good spell. And even though Wind Flurry is good, there's only so much that it can do by itself. Like, I'm basically relying mostly on Wind Flurry and Ice Dagger for this run. Well, and Spike Track, let's not get it twisted. Spike Track is also good. Okay. What do we have here? Okay, we can take that, we can take that, and this has a pretty short cooldown, so I'm taking it. Fortunately, most of these spells that have multiple uses typically pretty quick cooldowns. Alright, not bad. That does not increase my speed, nor does it reduce my cooldown, so I say no to you. Though I would like to take it. And of course, I notice that Atlas is waiting for me at the very end just to fuck with me. Ow. I'm also not the biggest fan of how these skills combo together, which is to say they don't. He says as he strings together a perfect combo. Maybe I'm just an idiot, guys. Maybe I'm just a big dumb idiot. That has kind of a longer cooldown, so I say no to you. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Absolutely exquisite aim there. Excuse me, game. I was trying to turn around to throw that. Okay, it would have been cool to toss him down the pit, but you know what? That's okay. I guess we can't always be in Sparta. Ooh, Ignition Drive. Does that have a fast cooldown? I don't think it does. Gonna upgrade Starbolt. I think everything else there is kind of off limits, so we're just gonna go away. Here's our good old buddy Undermine. Dark Sage's name is Cremire. Yeah, that's called a joke. Okay, Starbolt, you're pissing me off. And I was never a big fan of the spell to begin with, but... have I mentioned that I really like Spike Track? Like, it's very simple, but sometimes simple is best. Okay, so just entire rooms full of ice archers, just constantly. Okay, of course they would use the arrow rain, so I wouldn't be able to stand still. Hey, can we maybe not have rooms full of like 5 and 6 ice archers at a time? Because this is getting frustrating. Okay, game, fuck off. Had to stick me with Starbolt. Could have given me anything else. But no, had to give me Starbolt. Okay, well, can't take any of these, but because I'm... because I'm stuck with Starbolt... See, the thing about Starbolt is that it never hits more than one enemy, so in a situation where you need crowd control, you basically don't have it. And yes, I know I have other spells that are good for crowd control, but sometimes when those spells are on cooldown, there's just nothing you can do. Like, you don't realize just how bad of a position you're in with Starbolts until it's on cooldown, or rather until everything else is on cooldown. Oh, here we go, 30 million ice archers again. That's what I thought. So, the real difficulty of this challenge is going to be not having decent crowd control, on top of having basically no ways to improve my damage. What is it with y'all wanting me to do these challenges with absolutely no damage increases? Like, maybe we should just mod in a cursed relic that makes it so that all attacks do 1 damage and then stick me with crashing meteor. Would that make you happy? Anyway, that's enough complaining. I'm gonna try this again without the retro floor plan, and we'll see how that goes. I might as well just do it now. Because that is kind of ultimately the issue here. Also increases enemy damage and speed. Yeah. Considering that I was having enough trouble as is, maybe I should just... Yeah, no, we're just gonna go. Alright, well... Yeah, thanks, game. That was perfect. Yeah, so what we have here is a build that would do just fine against small numbers of enemies. As soon as you have a crowd control situation, though, you are in trouble. Fuck you. Because in most situations, Starbolt is never going to hit more than one enemy. So, yeah, not happy with that. I mean, I can take it, but do I care? I think Autograph Pad isn't terrible, but when your only source of crowd control is your signature spell, why would you want to give that up? And that is kind of the problem that I have with this challenge. It's basically no crowd control. And it's not to say that I couldn't clear it with the retro floor plan active. Trust me, I can. But having gigantic roomfuls of ice archers really makes it way harder than it needs to be. So it's one of those things where you kind of don't want Freya to show up, because that's just going to make everything way, way harder. Like, thinking about doing it with the retro floor plan active, I'm already very unsure if I could, if a challenge like this would be able to get through a higher level, you know, twins just because of the electric archers and how bad they can be. Again, when all your crowd control boils down to one spell, and that one spell only strikes out in a straight line most of the time, you've got issues. It's, as I said before, this run is pretty much entirely predicated on all your enemies being in, you know, like, one spot. You know, just because it gives me better cooldowns. I am very curious as to what the impetus was behind using Starbolt. And if it sounds like I have like a level of disgust in my voice whenever I say that, trust me, it's only because Starbolt is one of the worst Arcanas in the game. It's like... Hold on, that's movement. I can take that. And, you know, Blazing Blitz is also movement, but... I mean, maybe. Hold on, we've got a room full of treasures over here, and you expect me to not go over and have a look? Oh, I don't think I can take that. It would be good money fixing, but I don't think I'm allowed to take that one. Alright. Oh my goodness, it's my unbirthday. That can reduce cooldowns. I don't think I'm allowed to take the other two, though. And that's a real shame. Because we have ourselves the makings of a really interesting Curse Relic build here. But I'm on a challenge, and if it doesn't increase my speed or my cooldowns, I'm not allowed to take it. Man, you see what y'all are making me pass up just so I can do a challenge that doesn't help anything. Hey, that was mean. I didn't exactly mean that. It's just, let's see, that's signature charge. You know, just for the sake of getting the Curse Eater's Watch online, I'm gonna take it. Okay, why is the game not registering my basic as quickly as I want it to? I mean, I could kind of justify the Kasim's Airy Cloak, but I'm pretty sure by the rules of the challenge, that would be a no-go. Nocturnal Sundial is probably good, though. I mean, it's not good, but I can take it. Okay, that was overdoing it. So in case you're wondering why I've started just throwing the Star Bolts one at a time, the idea is... Also, is there... Yeah, there's still Blazing Blitz there. I need to think about that one. The idea is that I can use Starbolt as essentially another... Oh, that was not a good idea. As essentially a just kind of quick stopgap to essentially abuse the Spice Rack. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna grab it. Oh, I did not think that one through. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'd rather have Spike Track. Alright. See, by essentially only using one Starbolt at a time, what I can do is use that as a means by which to essentially get more cooldown reduction out of my other Arcana. And maybe that was kind of the intended use of Starbolt from the beginning. Not necessarily from the person who gave me the challenge, but maybe that's kind of what the idea behind Starbolt was from conception. You know, from the developer. Oh, I don't have enough money. God damn it. That's embarrassing. God, you're just like my landlord. It's like, oh, that's not enough money. Okay, I would also really like Watercolor Palette, though, and I don't know which one would be better. The Spike Track upgrade would be big. Watercolor Palette would make it a lot easier to use my spells. Let's be fair, it's already pretty easy. That increases my cooldowns. That's the opposite of something I could take, so that's a no. God, if I had known that this run was going to be so big on me using Cursed Relics, I would have taken the Chaotic Pendulum. That is movement based. I don't think it's much better than what I already have. Yeah, okay, I'm now very much liking the idea of just using one Starbolt at a time. Because that's allowing me to really abuse that spice rack. Why am I going back south again? I'd rather spend less time in Alabama, thank you. Okay, we're getting to the point now where I don't have to choose between the Watercolor Palette and the Spike Track upgrade. I should be able to get both if things go well enough here. Alright, so yes, I can afford both. So, Watercolor Palette and Spike Track upgrade. That's big. It's very big. And it occurs to me that I could just grab this for my 7th slot. I don't necessarily have to use it right away. But I'm probably going to, just because we are in Atlas's territory. I'm not allowed to take that, am I? I'm not... Why am I You're not allowed to take all the good stuff because it's a challenge, you dumbass. And if you were allowed to take all the good stuff, it would be a normal run. Touché. I'm now realizing the strength of this run that I'm giving up for the maximum tempo challenge here. Can't take that. Like, if you ever need to ask how dedicated I am to a challenge, remember this day. Remember this day and the day I gave up that awesome cursed relic challenge. That's the dedication. That having been said, I am having some fun with the idea that Spike Track is absolutely my best spell here. And don't get me wrong, I love Wind Flurry, I love Ice Dagger, I begrudgingly tolerate Starbolt, but... Ooh, Spike Track. Spike Track making me get all naughty up in here. Okay. Sorry, the Beam Cyclopses always throw me for a bit of a loop. Alright, so what do we got here? Okay, well that is about speed increasing. That's the whole point of the Evening Glove, so I might grab that. Can't take that. Can't take that. Can't take that. I mean, it does reduce cooldowns, but only for things that I don't have, so I'm not going to take it. Get out of here. Alright, sticking with that, using one Starbolt at a time. At the moment, it's working. Okay, so the boss room is over there. We've got about the same distance between between the starting point and Dr. Song's chamber, so yeah. Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten about that. And after the boss, I'll be able to afford the Evening Gloves. I don't necessarily need the Evening Gloves with what I've got going on right now. But I am allowed to take it, so why not? Boy, those are some fast daggers. That's why they call me Lord McShanks of the High Isles. Yeah, take that. Nope. It's not that I can't make it work, it's that I don't want to make it work. There's a difference. No. No, nothing here really meets the criteria. If it isn't movement or super fast cooldown, then I'm not taking it. Spike track making me all naughty. Spike track making me behave badly. Oops. Alright. So this run is looking a good deal more positive, and I'm complaining a good deal less, so that's already a good sign, right? Okay, that sucked. Alright, yeah, that room was not fun. But was it better than a room full of ice archers and their goddamn heavy machine guns? I would say, without a doubt, yes. Okay, game. Cool. Okay, can we be done just, forcing me not to cast my spells? Okay, this challenge has now officially pissed me off. Well, there you go. You got to see two different forms of failure in the same video. So, yeah. This challenge is officially not fun. And I don't know if it's like something about the way that the way that my spells keep getting interrupted. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's me or if this is like a little bit of jank that I don't normally notice in how the game runs. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing problems where there aren't any because of other forms of stress and anxiety in my life. But I will come back to this challenge after I'm feeling a little bit better about things, after I'm a little bit better rested, and after I've gone through all the different doctor's appointments I have lined up in a single day, because that's how life works out sometimes. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate your continued support, even if I am making a fool out of myself right now. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.